Why do you want to even go on this journey of authenticity? It's because it sets you the free. You are trying to receive love from your environment or from yourself that you are not sure you will get if you are authentic. So love that part of yourself. Love it so much, so deeply, that it literally says, you know what? I don't need this protection because I am loved.
Today I sat down with Felicia Vaas, a psychedelic and breathwork facilitator that guided me and many others through month-long integration sessions on how to get closer to ourselves. Today we talk about authenticity and how we prevent ourselves to become the most true version of who we are.
All we are doing here and seeking and want to experience is love. Whether that's through a job, through a person, through whatever. It can be at a very young age that there are just subtle things that your parents or your environment praises you on, that you weren't fully in authenticity, but then you feel like you need to continue doing that because if you are yourself, you get rejected. You know what? I'm gonna let go of the mask. I'm just gonna be myself. And then you are yourself. And suddenly everyone that was in your life is rejecting you. And they are like, nope, we don't like this version. You have changed and we are uncomfortable with this. What is happening in that moment is that they are being confronted with themselves and all the places that they are not free and they are rejecting their own authenticity. We are not here to escape anything, including the existential loneliness that can bring you into a depressive state. Because the moment that you fully, radically accept it is the moment that you open yourself to beauty again. You open yourself to light again. So if all of it is me, if nature is me, if the table is me, if the people watching is me, if everything is me and it's not just mental but I feel it, how can I not want to serve? How can I not want to make my own experience better and more pleasurable?
So this podcast is about authenticity, and to be truly transparent here, I have not had so much trouble being truly authentic. I never really felt like I needed to shut parts of myself down in order to be accepted or anything. And I really want to speak today with someone who knows what it is to be locked into a persona and have your environment rejected and like struggling with that and moving out of that. And not only did you make that journey yourself, but you're actually helping other people to make that journey too. So the first thing I want to ask you is, what did life look like for you when you were not authentic? What did you feel? What was your inner state? And bring me back to that moment.
Yeah. So when you are not living in your authenticity, there are a couple of things that you will notice. It's something that I have gone through multiple times and I notice every time, including as we speak right now, because also in full authenticity and transparency, I have been struggling a bit. My human has been struggling a bit and I've been feeding these feelings. So you will feel exhausted. You will feel maybe very alone. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you get depressed, social anxiety. You can even have suicidal ideations. Like it can go dark. And that's all coming from you not living in your authenticity. When you go to the depth of suicidal ideation, you're not actually being asked to die. You are being asked to let a certain part of yourself die that is not true to you. And the longer you hold on to it, the heavier it becomes and the more difficult it becomes. So you will feel disconnected from yourself, disconnected from people. Even when you connect with people, it's like you don't actually feel nourished and fulfilled from that interaction. You don't feel like they actually see you or like you're being heard or understood. And it can be a very dark and lonely place. And your life is not the life that you want to live.
And how do you feel like that got started?
Yeah. So for me, I'm a highly, highly sensitive person. So I notice body language. I notice the subtle differences in tonality when someone speaks to me to such a degree that I sometimes pick up things that they don't even realize themselves. It's a subconscious experience for them. And this is something that I've always had in my life. So every time that I would just express myself and be myself and be in my authenticity, if I then would get feedback from my environment, even the slightest bit of tonality that was different, or someone pushing it away or saying, no, we don't like that, or no, you're not allowed to scream when you're angry, or however it may have been, that having that systematically over a long period of time has told myself, my inner child, my authenticity, that there's something wrong with me and that it's not okay, that I hurt other people by being myself, that that it's dangerous for me to be myself, because if I am, then I might be excluded from the group, or I won't be seen, I won't be understood, I won't be whatever. So I'm gonna change everything about me to such a degree so that I feel accepted, I feel loved, I feel safe in my environment, in my connections, in whatever, so that I don't have to be alone and I don't die like we used to when we were excluded from the group.
So you're saying like the amount of, or like the degree of feedback that you got from your environment, because you can like see all those micro expressions, and like the bandwidth of that feedback was so big that you already started like changing yourself in order to like see better results in that feedback?
Yeah, and that can happen, like it's a very natural process, and it can happen at such a young age that you're not even aware of it yet. Like, for example, you are 4 years old and you get a little baby sister or a little baby brother, and then your mom needs to take care of the baby, and she's busy and she's active, and then she asks you like, hey, can you maybe grab me the diapers, or can you do this for me? And then you do it, and then you get praise, and it's like, oh, thank you, you're so amazing, thank you for helping me out. And when you don't do it, it's like, oh, don't you see that mama is busy right now? Don't you see that we, like, come on, help out here. When you don't do it because you don't feel like it, you get negative feedback. When you do it, even though you don't feel like it, you get positive feedback. So from 4 years of age, you start to develop this behavior of, oh, if I am of service, if I help others, even if it goes against what I want to do, I get praise, I get love, I get accepted. So that's what I'm going to continue doing. Because at the end of the day, all we are doing here and seeking and want to experience is love. Whether that's through a job, through a person, through whatever. But that's what we are here to experience. And that creates all actions and all behaviors from the moment that we are here. So it can be at a very young age that there are just subtle things that your parents or your environment praises you on, that you weren't fully in authenticity, but then you feel like you need to continue doing that, because if you are yourself, you get rejected. And when you do that, it's okay. And the longer that continues, the more ingrained these behaviors become. And the more you might even forget who you actually are, because you've been doing this all your life. Mm-hmm. From the age of 4, I've been people pleasing and being of service and helping beyond what is true to me. So I don't even know what it's like to not do that. Maybe you even create the beliefs that it's rude to do it that way, or that you're mean, or that you're cold, or that you're harsh, or whatever the stories may be around that. You start to create certain beliefs about it, and it becomes more ingrained in your programming, in your personality. And then you feel disconnected from yourself, and you don't know why, you don't know what's wrong, you don't know, you just feel stuck, you feel depressed, you feel anxious, you feel whatever, lonely.
When I went on Reddit online, like there were these people who had this view of like, yeah, but what is authenticity really? Because the general picture is that you have nature, your DNA and whatever, and nurture.
Yeah.
But I feel like this picture, like your nature, your genes, I don't see that like all your wants and needs and desires is coded into your cells. There seems to be this thing outside of just genes and your learned environment that kind of guides you. Mm-hmm. And I feel like authenticity kind of centers around that thing. How do you feel about this?
So authenticity is the closest thing we can do to embodying truth. Mm-hmm. Truth is factual, so we can't embody truth. But authenticity is the closest thing we can do. And within authenticity, I have observed that there are 3 layers to it. Layer 1 is the human. This is the programming, the values, the beliefs, the identity that you've created. It's kind of the nature and the nurture in one. Then you have the soul. The soul is the part inside of you that is kind of the wise one. It's the part in you that knows that it's all. It knows that it's connected to everything. It's not bound by space or time. Yet it's here for a very specific reason. And it's here because of a unique value that it wants to receive from it. Then the third layer is the I am. And the I am is not just understanding that I am all, I am nature and the interconnectedness of all things, but it's to embody it, to live through it, to be the living, breathing experience of I am. Those are all versions of us, all layers of us that are true to us. So if you say authenticity, you can take that on all three levels. But if you take it in this very specific moment, authenticity is combining all those three layers into one, where it's like, okay, I am connected and I am interconnected with everything in life. I am nature. There's no separation between me and nature. I am here for a specific reason. And I also have the human with the programming, with the wounding, with the fears, with the beliefs, with everything. How much you are tuned into one of those layers, that's the place from which you can act most. So if, for example, just for 5%, you are connected to the I am awareness, pure presence, pure awareness. And for 10%, you are connected to your soul. But all the other parts, you are connected to your human and the programming and the whatever, then you will make decisions mostly based from your human. And if you are more connected to the I am or the soul, and just a small percentage to the human, then you will make more decisions from that place. All of those things, as it comes out in this very moment, are authentic to you, because this is the thing that came out. It's the best thing that was there available for you in that moment. But you can take it deeper and deeper, because for the human, it can be with the programming and the environment and everything, it can be quite influenced by the things around us. The things I believe might not all be true to me, but have been picked up through my parents, through my friends, through the societal norm, whatever. The more you go into your soul and to the I am, the more it goes into you, into especially the soul. That's like your specific reason for being here and your identity, I guess.
Yeah,
Doesn't
wants,
really-
desires, like who decides that I like chocolate ice cream. Like, yeah, it could be that I was force-fed chocolate ice cream when I was a kid, and that my nature is to hate it now, like in my human. But like some people never get bored of it, right?
Yeah.
So, and we don't kind of not are deciding that.
Yeah, and
That's just a very specific example.
that's a
but,
very
like,
specific example of taste and whatever. Like it's
Yeah.
also kind of physical human experience.
it's
But when it comes,
maybe
for
not the
example, about your about
well, the feeling or purpose.
yeah, about what am I here to do? What gifts am I here to share? What you are naturally talented in, why are you talented in that? Why are you specifically that good at it? Could be some of the physical attributes, yes, could have a part in it. Could be your environment, yes. All those things play a role. But why you naturally have talent for it, that is a different reason. There's a reason why your soul chose to do this right now. And if you receive joy from it and it lights you up, then it's a sign for you that this is in alignment with your soul's truth, with your soul's authenticity. And maybe it's very far off from your human's authenticity. And that's where you start to bridge the gap. Because then it's like, okay, my human is here, but my soul is there. So what is not in alignment right now? What are the things that we need to shift and work through and build skills around so that we can bridge that gap? And yeah, I think that's kind of it.
Yeah. I can relate that back to my own life. Like I've felt like this insane passion for making videos when I was struggling, like doing AI in college. I felt like my human was better at the creativity part instead of like the programming and like super nerdy shit. And like my soul also liked it more.
Yeah.
So like that was like this combination that just felt right on two
On the
levels,
layers. Yeah.
at least.
Yeah. And then you also started combining the third layer, the I am, by seeing how can I be of service with these things, with the thing that my human enjoys doing, my soul gets excited by, and how can it serve all that I am, the interconnectedness of everything. So then you are in full authenticity, where you're taking all those three layers and you bring it into one.
What the hell? This is like the ikigai, right? Like it's
A little bit.
it's the thing. Like find someone the world needs, find someone that you're good at, and find something that you like, and then you have.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it is.
All right, cool. I don't know. Yeah, it's ikigai, I believe. Like,
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe
I don't know
like,
if it's the
maybe
right
there were
name.
4 things, but like it
Similar.
has the same, but maybe a little different. I don't know.
Don't quote us on it.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so and you're saying that like the interconnectedness of the I am. I want to zoom in a little bit more on that. Like, is it because when you are connected that you're one with everything, that you kind of wanna support like the all? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like when you are tuned into the I am, and you are not just understanding it mentally, but you feel it, you are the experience of it. In that moment, of course, you want to serve. Of course, you want to see how you can make it a better place and how you can help yourself. Because this interaction, I'm talking with myself. Everyone that's watching right now, I am talking to myself. They are listening to themselves. So if all of it is me, if nature is me, if the table is me, if the people watching is me, if everything is me and it's not just mental, but I feel it, how can I not want to serve? How can I not want to make my own experience better and more pleasurable?
I have one question about that, because like when I look at any given situation, I can see it from the human perspective. I can see it from the I am, and I kind of see that as kind of zooming out, like seeing the whole picture, and then really zooming in the human and really being attached and all those kind of things. So for one example, like if I look at like this suffering that is happening on a giant scale at this moment in the world, if I'm zooming out, I can kind of detach myself from really having super much empathy for the people, because I kind of see that in the bigger scheme, maybe these people, and that sounds super harsh, but like chose to experience suffering in their life.
We all did. We all did. I want to break that stigma. Sorry,
one thing, like what I don't understand is that when you say like you're connected with the all, and then how can I not serve? Like it seems almost directly opposed to like disconnecting from all the suffering. So I don't see why I'm not like more.
Because you see that service doesn't mean fixing. That's the big difference. When you are in service, you see the bigger picture and you can see what is actually needed. Sometimes someone has to go through inner hell, or outer hell, so that they can come closer to love, to wholeness, to themselves. And that sounds so crazy because you think, but they're only getting more lost. But how can you ever find yourself if you don't get lost? So the more you zoom out and the bigger the picture becomes, the more you can see that sometimes the best service you can do is by not doing anything. Sometimes the best service you can do is by doing something. But you will only be able to see that judgment clearly when you are zoomed out and still connected to the human and still connected to the soul. Because if you reject any one of them, there's an imbalance, because we are all of it. So again, the second you reject something, you are not free, you are not all that you are, you're not whole. So if you are zooming out, fully disconnecting from the human heart, then there might be imbalance, because then you might not actually see with clarity of, yeah, but this is needed right now to the human. If you are only in the human, you might over control and like, oh, because you are trying to fix the problem instead of seeing like, no, but this is what we need to go through. We need to go through destruction before something new can arise. That's why are the leaves falling down in autumn, because it needs to destruct itself to some degree so that new seeds can grow and there's more life. So if we are only connected to the human, we are also not in balance. If we are only connected to the I am, we're not in balance. We need to bridge it.
And that's the only way you can be truly authentic then.
No, well, authenticity, it's like a very broad thing. So if you are talking about the ideal form of authenticity, the full authentic thing, you have all these different layers. But the point of authenticity is you are what you are as you are here right now. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. You don't have to be perfect. Authenticity is the mess, it's the beauty, it's the pain, it's the frustration in your becoming. It's all of it. However you are here right now, and that's what you express, that is authenticity. So you don't have to be perfect in that sense.
Okay, but if that is true, like how, if truly being authentic is just being who you are at this moment, how can we ever not be authentic?
Well, that's the thing. There's a part of us that can never not be authentic. We are always authentic to some degree. But why we are talking about that idealized version of authenticity is because that's where we can grow into. Yes, right now, as I'm showing up right here, right now, this is the most authentic that I can be in this moment. But if I use the tools that I have, or I get a little bit more information, or I get whatever, maybe the way that I show up is different and feels even more true to my soul and less from programming, more from my truth. And that's what we kind of refer to when we say, I want to be authentic. I want to live my authentic life. It's about your soul and you. So the point in that is also we are not here to fix anything. We are not here to be perfect. We are both the light and the shadow. We are both the human and the I am and the soul. Like, we are all of it. And sometimes we are tapped into one and sometimes we are tapped into the other. And however we show up in this moment is authentic to what is possible in this moment. That doesn't mean that we can't grow or evolve. It still means that, yes, this is how I could show up right now. But I know that there's something else available that would feel even more true to me. So that's what I'm working towards. And I'm going to forgive myself for not being that already, because this is the most authentic thing to me right now. And there's nothing wrong with authenticity. There's nothing wrong with truth.
Yeah. Yeah, because like when we have this image of perfect, authentic being, like that, there are certain things that we ascribe to being authentic, and then we forcefully try to live like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, you're kind of trapping yourself because
you're not being authentic.
Because you're not being.
It's a very simple rule for authenticity. Why do you want to even go on this journey of authenticity? It's because it sets you the fuck free. Because when you are genuinely authentic, there are no rules. There's nothing you need to become or do or fix or heal, or how you should show up, or certain expectations you need to live up to, or people pleasing. All those things fall away. You just can be you. And if it's shitty, it's shitty. If it's beautiful, it's beautiful. But all is welcome. You can just be yourself. And it doesn't mean that you need to stagnate your growth, but it does mean that in this moment, there's nothing to reject, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. I can just be myself. I can love myself. And I can be it all right here, right now. I am free.
Yeah, because like something interesting I've noticed is that when I'm in these, like you're in these cycles, like one day you're super productive and you feel like super aligned, and then like something happens and you fall off and you're in bed like scrolling and like feeling fucking shit. What I've noticed is when I fully surrender to kind of like being sucked into my phone and whatever, like I come out of it faster than when I would like totally bitch to myself about like not being productive or something. Like when I'm like fighting the badness, it takes longer.
Yeah, because you're not being authentic. Because the authentic flow of what wants to happen through you in that moment is for you to bed rot. That's what wants to happen. Because of whatever reason. Doesn't matter what the reason is. But that's what wants to happen right now. And the more you fight it, the more it's gonna fight back until you surrender into it and you let it happen. Because the everything is energy, everything is emotion, everything is flowing. This is also something that has momentum and is flowing. I need to rest right now. I need to bed rot right now. Isn't a thought, but it's an energy flow.
Yeah.
And it needs to complete itself. It needs to finish. Otherwise, it's going to continue going against that rock until it's finally finishing. So if you surrender into it and you're being authentic to yourself and you say like, I know I have so much stuff to do right now, but I just can't be bothered. I can't be bothered. Go into it. Enjoy it. Any time that you spend enjoying is not a wasted time. So if you go into it and you go bed rot and you just enjoy it, you're going to get out of it. And if you then, because at a certain point, you're not going to enjoy it anymore. And then it's like, no, I'm good. I've had enough.
Yeah. I get bored of it more quickly when I fully surrender into the bed rotting.
Exactly. And then the next step, be authentic to that too.
Yeah.
The moment that you feel in yourself, it's time. I'm over it. I'm done.
Yeah.
Be authentic to that voice and take action from that place. Don't fight that either. Because we can then say, then I'm just going to bed rot the entire time. I'm not going to show up for my responsibilities. I'm not going to do the things that I have to do for my dream life because I'm not feeling like it, even though deep down you do. But you don't want to listen to that because that's harder than bed rotting.
What is that part that's fighting every step?
What is that part? Fear. It's fear of rejection. It's fear of not being able to live up to your own expectations or to the expectations of others. It's fear that you are maybe inadequate or that you are not good enough, that you're not able to do whatever it is that you are planning to do. Or maybe it's that you don't actually feel excited anymore about the things that you have scheduled. Or maybe the things that you have in your day aren't even authentic to you. They don't excite you. They don't light you up. So then you don't feel like doing it and you resist it. Or maybe you are so used to the darkness, to the fear, to the rotting, to the ughness, that your nervous system is now afraid of letting in the light, of taking those steps, taking that action, because it hasn't experienced that for so long. And I don't know if I can hold that. Like it can come from all different things, but it all comes back to fear.
And like the way to get out of that is then connecting to the parts that, like from the 3 that we have like sketched, like that would be the first step to kind of step out of, like I would say maybe it's the ego, right? Like that fears stuff. So like that is obviously part of like the human side. How can we kind of step into, or the soul, or like the I am, to kind of diminish those fears, to make them not that debilitating?
Yeah. So the question is, how can we kind of bridge that gap and create more harmony? So
move away from these fears.
Yeah. You can do that through meditation, through breath work, through plant medicines. Like there are certain things that you can physically do and actions you can take to help yourself kind of rearrange where your awareness is. Is it up here? Is it within the ego, within the mind, within the identity and the beliefs? Or is it within your heart? When you are within your heart, it's the place where both the light and the dark come together as one. So that's where you connect with the other layers. So that's a very practical thing that you can do. But the best way that I have found is to love the living shit out of yourself. To love the living shit out of the things that you are rejecting, that you are avoiding, that you don't want to look at, everything. Just love it. Hold compassion for it all. And that will get you out of it. That will bridge it. That will, because all of these things, all of these fears, everything, it's just your ego trying to keep you safe. It's your mind saying, like, if we are our authentic self, it feels like there's so much risk, whether it's I can lose my job, I can lose my friends, I can lose my house. I don't know how to do this. Maybe I'm bad at it, maybe whatever. Whatever story is going on and whatever fear you feel, it's your human trying to keep you safe. It's your human saying like, no, but this is scared. And if I do that, I might be rejected. And if I'm rejected, I might die. So love that part of yourself. Love it so much, so deeply that it literally says, you know what? I don't need this protection because I am loved. All it does, like you not being authentic, is because you are trying to receive love from your environment or from yourself that you are not sure you will get if you are authentic. But if you show up, like if you allow yourself to express these fears and the worries and the friction and the contraction and everything that's going on, the resistance to whatever, if you allow yourself to feel that and explore it on what's going on, where is it coming from, and how can I love you in this? How can I hold you in this so deeply, so much that you know that you don't need this protection anymore. You can be yourself because I love you to death.
That's very interesting because like it almost seems like when you're like consumed in these fears, you are living from the perspective of the ego. Yeah. Then I said, how can we move away from that? And then you answered like, love the shit out of it. I see right now that, which is very interesting, that if you start to love that part of you, you start to switch in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Because like it's a very practical way to just like be in the heart. Yeah. And be in the I am, because that's
love.
Yeah, you kind of switch your perspective. You're not being consumed. You already like get some space around it. But if you are like, I say, how can we get away from this, right? Like how human, right? Yeah. Like how can we like push this thing away far in a box and like lock it so that we don't have to deal with it anymore. Like that's the exact opposite
of what you want.
Of what you actually want.
Yeah. Because then again, you are rejecting part of yourself. You're saying this is not right. So whenever you are in your human, you are saying that that's wrong. But that's authentic to you right there. So what's the problem? You need to love it all. And even you loving your human and the programming and the struggles and the friction and everything, that on itself is you being in your soul and in the I am. Exactly. Already there's more harmony. The second you do it.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, so I was digging into Reddit a little bit more, and there were these people who struggled to distinguish whether they wanted to do a certain action out of validation or approval from others, or that they actually wanted to do it themselves. What did you do to kind of really get clear on whether your ego is doing something or whether your heart actually wants to do something?
Good question. It's something that is a tricky one. It can be very sneaky, where I had to move through a whole thing of proving myself energy. And the moment it clicked that I was proving myself, I saw it rippled out into everything that I did. And I didn't see it before. So it is a nuanced thing. But one thing that really helped me in that is to ask myself the question, if I do this thing, and I do not get any validation whatsoever. No one responding to it. No one saying, oh, good job, or even bad job. Nothing at all. Would I still do it? If it's a yes, then it's your heart. It comes from your true, authentic excitement. If it's a no, then you can start to wonder, is it truly pure? Or am I looking for something else external? Am I looking for validation? Am I looking for whatever? But if it genuinely comes from you and you just feel called to do it, there's no expectation for the world to respond in a certain way, because it's the action of you doing it that brings the joy.
If you have been living in this proving yourself for so long, a lot of people on Reddit also didn't even know what it is that they wanted. Like, okay, then you're like checking in with yourself. Oh, am I doing this for validation, or am I doing this because I truly, really want to do it? Mm-hmm. And like the answer is every time, oh fuck, it's validation. Like if your whole life is like
Built off of that, yeah.
how do you even get in touch with what you want? And what's that process? How did that
That's
go
where the
with
spiritual journey starts, baby. It starts with identifying your belief system and where does it come from? Have I picked these things up from my environment? What happened in my childhood that have created certain behaviors? Or am I like it starts by dissecting and understanding kind of your human. And where does it come from? Why is the human the way that it is? And from there, you can slowly bridge your way into the I am, into whatever. And you can, of course, use the modalities of breathwork or meditation or dance or whatever your preferred way is. So there are ways for you to already feel and connect with something that is actually connected to yourself and not your mind, not your identity or your beliefs or whatever. But if you really want to know this, what you are here to do, what your purpose is, what excites you, whatever, you need to get to know yourself, and you need to get to know which things have I picked up that aren't mine and which things have I picked up that are mine. And if you come to the conclusion that almost all that you do is not you, well, that's where the journey begins. That's where it's like, okay, so this isn't me. Then what is me? Let's get curious. If I do this, does it actually bring me excitement? Purely for me. If I don't get any validation, no one has to hear or know about it. Do I enjoy it? If so, yes, continue doing it. It's probably close to you. But that's where the exploration starts.
Yeah, because I saw that people were kind of defining themselves in what they were to others. Like, oh, I'm the good one. I'm the responsible one. I'm, and then like their whole identity leans on what they do for others.
And that's when you go into the I am, because that is very human. It's very like, what is my place in this world surrounded by other humans and other things? So this is very human. It's very identity based. It's a lot of judgment and labels. What you want to actually connect with yourself is connect with the thing that is unchanging. What inside of me stays true no matter what. So, for example, I am a son. Okay, yes. Would you still define yourself being a son once your parents are not here anymore? Perhaps, because everyone, perhaps. Some people don't, some people do. But what if all of the labels fall away? What if you are just a human? That's it. Then what remains? Everything can come and go. But what stays is the thing that is true to you. So, and that's kind of what you need to look at for yourself, because every time that you attach your identity to something that can change, your identity is very unstable because it can just be taken away in an instant. But the moment that you connect with the thing that is unchanging, which in my experience is love. Every time that I connect with that, and I can always connect with it if I am willing, it's always there. So that is the thing that I identify with. Even if my human dies completely, I'm still there. The love is still there. It can't go anywhere. So it's not attached to anything external. It's not attached to anything that can be taken away.
Yeah, because if you're always identified as being the responsible one and you do something stupid,
Yeah, gone.
there it is.
Yeah.
Right? It's gone.
And that can feel very, very heavy in that moment. And you can really freaking hit yourself in that way, because it's like, but I'm the responsible one. I should have known this. I should have whatever. And then you're going to beat yourself up. But what is actually happening is that your identity is crumbling. You were attaching your identity to something that was never yours to hold. Like, yes, maybe compared to other people, you are naturally more responsible, even without all the programming and the whatever. Could be, but it can still fall away. You don't know. Maybe there's a certain point in your life where you say, "Oh, fuck it, I'm not gonna be the responsible one. I want to be irresponsible right now." But that can be. But what is you? Your behavior might have changed, but there's still something inside you that is still the same from the moment you were born until now. What is that?
And you're saying like that the I am is basically identifying with like the truth or the true reality, or like something that is beneath everything, like something unchanging at least. But like you've talked about breathwork and psychedelics. Like how do they help like connecting with the unchanging thing?
So you have all different forms of meditations, and all different forms of breathwork and tools that you can use, and they all help you connect in different ways. But for example, meditation. You can do a meditation where you go into pure effortless awareness. And the goal of that is to kind of get into a state of being that you are in right before you fall asleep. You're not asleep yet, but you are just present. You are there. They're not necessarily thoughts, or if there are thoughts, you're not attached to them. They are just happening. It doesn't take any effort. You are just presence and awareness. When that happens, you are connecting with the I am, with pure awareness, with pure, the identities, the thoughts, the things that you identify with. They're not there, because even thinking about something costs effort. And some people may think like, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Like, really, try it. Once you feel that effortless awareness, you will see that everything else takes effort. It's about allowing yourself to fall into that space. So that is the first thing where you can go into effortless awareness. But meditation or breathwork, it can also be done in different ways. Like, you can also be meditating while you are drawing, and all you are is just present, and you're just there. And the longer you are in this state of presence and effortless awareness, there are certain feelings that naturally arise from that place. And these I kind of like to call the baseline feelings, where it's peace, it's love, it's joy. Like those things are always there, and the longer you are in that presence, in pure awareness, the more they naturally come up. And then you bridge it. And you can also have breath work where the breath is a tool to literally kind of shut off the ego and the prefrontal cortex, which is all connected with thinking and identity and whatever. You can, through breath or through psychedelics, you can shut that part of yourself off for a bit, and you go into your body, into just presence, into what is. And suddenly you can allow things to move through you, because your ego, your mind isn't resisting it. It's just happening. And these can also help you to experience what it is to be in I am, or in the soul. And it can help you bridge it. And the tool, the key in that is to have the experience, to feel, oh my God, I am all, I am, I feel connected to my soul. My soul is so powerful, it's so beautiful, it's so, And to then take that with you in your day to day. So then every time that you move through your day, take moments where you just take a few breaths and just fall into pure presence. Not a thought, no effort, just. And maybe you want to take moments where you notice that you are really in your ego and your mind's just like gripping onto everything really tight. And you just say, okay, hold up. This is not true. This is not who I am. It's just a symptom of being human. So I'm just gonna take a breath, connect with my heart. I am willing to let go of my attachment to these thoughts, because that's a very tricky thing sometimes, especially if you feel like it's unsafe to let go of these things. Then it can become really, really difficult. But that's where the courage and the willingness comes in. And you just say to yourself, like, I am willing to let go of the sticky fingers of the thoughts. And I am going to go back to my heart no matter what. And I'm going to sit here until I am. And then you go back into your heart. Relief. And then you can see things more clearly again. And it doesn't mean to reject your human. It just means to not be consumed by the human.
Yeah. Yeah, by getting that bigger perspective.
Yeah.
And like, because this ego is very, very sneaky. So like what are the most common things that in these integration processes come up that you see keeping coming back? Keeping coming back.
It's nervous system work, where the nervous system is so used to feeling unsafe, so used to not getting its needs met or whatever it may be, that it feels unsafe and scary to have yourself be met by life and to let in the light, let in the joy, let in the blissful experiences. Because it feels overwhelming. You can only hold this much because that's all you've experienced. And therefore, it's more comfortable to stay in the dark things. And the second thing is the belief that their shadow, their darkness, is a bad thing. That's another thing. Like rejecting anything in life, in yourself, in others. The moment you do that, you are disconnecting from yourself. Because you are all. You hold it all. You need to complete the circle for it to be whole, to be one. So as long as you hold the belief of, when I do this and this and this, I'm not worthy of love, I am not good enough, I am wrong, then you are going to stay in that ego state. You are going to stay in that stuck energy, in the loneliness, in the hiding yourself, in the not being authentic. Because every time that you feel these things, it's like, nope, we're not gonna express that. That's not welcome here. I'm gonna hold up this persona. But every time that you see your shadow and your darkness and you say, how can I love the hell out of you right now? What do you need? This is all part of it. The moment you start embracing it all, you come back into wholeness, into love, into oneness. You connect with that third layer again. Yeah.
When you've created this persona and you're kind of living your life through a mask, in a sense that your real you is like hiding behind like all the things that are socially acceptable. And what I'm wondering is, like, life can feel very lonely because kind of people aren't really seeing you, they're seeing the thing that you've created. But also, like, then when you start like being the real you start repelling everybody that you've gathered around you, because you're no longer the thing that they are expected to see or that you're expected to be.
Often you get pretty bad feedback.
Yeah. So like there seems to be no way around loneliness.
There is. Okay.
Yeah.
We are here to be human. We are here to experience it all. We are here to feel what it's like to feel lonely. That's why separation is here, part of it, part of the reason. We are here to have suffering. It's not just bliss. It's not just joy why we are here and what it is here to experience. So yes, you feeling lonely, it's going to be part of it. You feeling disconnected, it's going to be part of it. You suffering, it's going to be part of it. But you don't have to experience that on a continuous basis. Because if as long as you are wearing a mask, as long as you are holding up this persona, this character, you are not allowing people to actually meet you. You are not allowing people to see you. They are connecting with the mask. That creates loneliness. Then you say, you know what? I'm going to let go of the mask. I'm just going to be myself. And then you are yourself. And suddenly everyone that was in your life is rejecting you. And they are like, nope, we don't like this version. No, you feel you have changed and we are uncomfortable with this. What is happening in that moment is that they are being confronted with themselves and all the places that they are not free, and they are rejecting their own authenticity. That's the first thing that's happening. Second thing is, maybe they are not in resonance anymore and they will fall away. But you don't have to feel lonely in that, because the more authentic in the I am, in the soul you are, the more you feel your connectedness to all. You can never be alone because you are all. The moment that I allow myself to feel that, I can feel the support of life, literally simply by it keeping me up on my chair right now. I'm being supported. And if you tune into the I am, you can never be alone. The moment that I tune into you while we are far away, I am with you. You are with me. The moment that I tune into, I don't know, an entity or someone who has died, they are with me because I can feel the love. I can feel it with me. You don't ever have to feel alone, but we are also here to experience it. So there will be moments where you do feel alone so that you can learn how to connect yourself again, or what it feels like to be in community and to be that in that connected energy. It's, again, not to escape it.
Okay, but like when you start moving into spirituality, you get this thing, oh, we're all one, wow. But like there's this beautiful paradox again. You say, yeah, you're never alone, but like if we're all one, we are. So
yeah, and that's where you can go into more of that's where a lot of people that go deep into the spiritual journey can go into kind of spiritual depression. And I've moved through that the past year as well, where it's just existential grief and loneliness. It's part of existence because we are all one. It's like every cell in our body is a part of the universe. If our body would be all, for example, our fingers are extensions. Every cell is an extension. Our legs, everything. It's all us. It may look different, like my hair and my hands look different, but it is me. And if you really let that land, you can get into this existential loneliness of I'm never, no matter what I do, no matter who I see, no matter who I meet, I'm only gonna meet myself. I want to meet someone else. I don't want to get to know more of myself. There's a beauty in it, but there's also a darkness to it. Again, that's the oneness. It's with everything there's light, there's also the opposite of dark. With everything that's dark, there's also the opposite of light. It's always there, and you cannot escape it. And that's also not the point. Again, we are not here to escape anything, including the existential loneliness that can bring you into a depressive state. Because the moment that you fully, radically accept it, is the moment that you open yourself to beauty again. You open yourself to light again. Because then it's like, okay, acceptance. The only thing I can ever meet is myself. I'm never going to meet anything or anyone else. And ow, because I want to. But actually, it's quite beautiful. I get to speak with myself right now. The human that that's in front of me right now, I don't know what's going on in that head. I have no clue. How curious. Let's talk. Let's see. Because I do get to experience the separation. I do get to experience what it's like to have unknowns. So for us, we don't have to always be in that oneness, I am alone. We get to experience what it would be like if we weren't alone. So there's a beauty in that too. And then you become less afraid of the unknown. You become more curious of the unknown. But you do have to accept it first. Don't reject it.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems that these three levels come back all the time. Like when you are always in the I am one, I am, then like everything is super beautiful, but everything is also like deeply sad.
Yeah.
And then you go like one level more individualized, basically. Like you have your soul, but it's still like super part of the I am, and but it is kind of unique and still split off from this I am. And then you have your human, which is like all lonely, all lonely, separate, like feeling like it's separate. So you can view it from all these different perspectives, and all of them come with their own unique light and dark.
Yeah.
And to be fully authentic, like you want to hold them all together.
Yeah. Yeah. And we are always the most authentic we can be, kind of. Like, if that's the intention, of course we can lie. But then also that was the most authentic thing for you to do in that moment. So we are always in authenticity to a certain degree. But when we talk about authenticity, we are really talking about the most truest truth within you. The truest truth that you can embody.
Yeah, and like you talked about effort and letting go. Almost seems like, okay, if I always should let go, how do I not like lay in my bed all the time? Like what?
Because that's not authentic to you. Laying in your bed is passive. It's the dark.
But like
But we need both.
the effort, like if I'm putting in any effort.
Would you agree that sometimes it takes more effort for you to lay in bed than to not lay in bed? If you were to lay in bed and I would say to you, you have to stay here for the next month. You can't get out of bed.
Sounds like a Mr. Beast challenge.
Fair enough. But there will be a certain point where your body is like, I need to get up.
Yeah.
I need to twist my body. I need to move. I need to... At that point, laying in bed is more uncomfortable, takes more effort than getting out of bed.
So it's not per se like the effort of moving your body. It's more like the effort of fighting.
Your internal effort. Is there internally resistance to what is? Or are you allowing that flow to happen? So it doesn't mean to not take action, to not do anything, to not work hard, to not go on a run and fall on the ground at the end because you've pushed yourself so hard. It's like, oh my God. It's not to do all of, like, continue doing these things. That's also part of life. That's the light side of it all. And we need both. But your body, your spirit is telling you when to take which action. And the natural, like, life is always trying to create order. It's always trying to create harmony. So if you allow it to flow, it will go in such a way that there's harmony, where there are moments where you rest and moments where you are so done with resting that you just want to go and do something. If you don't have a purpose, at a certain point, you want a purpose. If you don't like working and you haven't worked for years, but at the same time, there's no meaning to your life. There's nothing you can, like, it's just like, I'm here, but I'm not adding anything to people. I'm not whatever. At a certain point, you're going to want to work.
The retired millionaire sipping margaritas, like it's fun for
a little bit.
Maybe a few months, but then they're like,
yeah,
what am I doing here?
Yeah, like the masculine, the light, half of what we are needs action, needs purpose, needs service. Like, it needs to do these things. That's where it gets its life force energy. And sometimes we need the feminine. We need the rest. We need the passive. We need to bed rot for a bit. Both need to be there. And only when you radically accept the flow of life, the flow of your spirit, that's when you will get harmony within both. And you will know when to do what. And the resistance might be there, but the more aware you become of, oh, this is resistance. This is not true to me. This is just some programming, some behavior, something that is afraid to do whatever for whatever reason. The moment you let go of that and you go back into your truth, then suddenly it's like, you know what? Actually, I do want to get up because I do want to do something. If I look at my laptop and I think, what am I going to watch this time? I don't know what to watch. And then you go research and I can't find anything. Would you rather do that or would you rather create right now? Sometimes it's creating and sometimes it's the other, but you'll know. Just need to be honest. And that's the most difficult thing.
How can we be more honest to ourselves?
Loving the shit out of yourself. Again.
Yeah.
It all comes down to that. It all comes down to love. It's the bridge. When you truly love the shit out of yourself, there's no fear to not be honest. You can be honest because there aren't any consequences that actually hurt you deeply. There might be consequences, but they are in your benefit. They are in the name of love. Everything is in the name of love to a certain degree, but for yourself, it's different.
Yeah.
So just love the living shit out of yourself.
I think that's a beautiful end.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
One more thing.
Yeah.
How do you love the living shit out of yourself? That's also an important thing. Because it's easy said, not that easy done. How to love the living shit out of yourself is to hold so much compassion for yourself. To genuinely, truly, without judging, without labels, without good or bad, but just looking at it, face value, as it is. And try and stay with your awareness a little bit in your heart. If you do that, you cannot help but have compassion for yourself. If you genuinely feel all that you've been holding and the pain and the grief and the frustration and the sorrow and everything, and you feel it so deeply, you cannot help but have compassion of, oh gosh, I'm so sorry you have to hold all of this. Can I relieve some of this weight for you? And that's where the journey starts. So to have love for yourself, start with understanding and compassion and seeing yourself, acknowledging yourself, radical self-acceptance, radical acceptance of what is. And from there, you can start to move.
All right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Felicia, again for this episode. And if you have any questions or comments, put a comment down below. And we're also active on Instagram. So there you can get little tiny snippets of this conversation too. Thank you.
Thank you.
And subscribe.
Subscribe, like, comment, and follow us on Instagram. Let's go.